another YouTube vlog. I know it's been a while, but we're back. This weekend, it is, May. It is May 30th, and we are on our way, my mom and I, with our genealogist to go road trip down to Telfair, Georgia. We have some ancestors on that side, my dad's side, that branched off from the tribe that my family comes from, Waccamaw Siouan. They're based in Bolton, North Carolina, so we had some family that branched off and decided to plant roots down in South Georgia. So we are going to this really small rural town called Telfair, and we're going to see some grave sites. Also, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Can't wait to bring you guys along with me. I'm in a rush, so one sec. Okay.
Yeah, in July.
In July.
Yep, that's the next one.
Next trip. Okay, good.
Railroad station. Here we go.
Worked out. Just took some patience.
Few feet, no biggie. People would be so mad that you speed around. Bye. Bye. Do you know who? Do you watch Wild 'N Out?
That's Samaya's favorite show.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Young as she is.
Talking about some wow.
Yes. Oh,
Please, she's so old.
Way too old to be watching. And to know what's going on. But there's a girl, B. Simone, on there. She cracks me up when she goes, "Baby girl." She does that. You know who that is?
No, I don't. Is that the one? Not the
Real long hair.
not the red hair. No, that's not her.
Somebody was there from Black Ink.
Oh, the Black Ink crew.
Yeah, it was Charmaine, Chicago crew. She was there to battle, just a little innocent rap battle. And Charmaine said, "I don't want to cut you off, B. Simone. You want to go first?" And she said, "Bitch, go." Like that. So that's like me. Man, it's probably somebody want to go around.
Want to go around?
I was like, "Bitch, go." Baby girl. Bitch, go.
But yeah, if it's all that, you still had. I agree. Okay, Helena.
Right onto US 280 West.
That BMW. That's an $85,000 sports car.
Must be nice.
I know, a little old Telfair. All right now. Yeah, they're everywhere, huh?
Everything all closed up.
Yeah. I see a police officer sitting around eating donuts, I guess.
Me too.
Look at that huge porch. All the chairs on it.
Look at these houses, guys. Yeah, girl, nope. No, ma'am.
Where were y'all at? Blacktown?
Blacksburg!
Virginia? Blacksburg, Virginia. Blacksburg, Telfair County. Woo! Literally Blacksburg. Oh, let me ask. Hey there. Do you know where Sophia Graham Cemetery is?
Right on up the road right here. Just keep on going and the roads will fork off.
Yes.
Just steer off to the right and you come to a four-way stop. Just go straight through there.
Okay.
And about probably a mile, there'll be like this little sign on the side.
Yeah. So go the fork in the road, then we go to the right, four-way stop sign, and then after that, which way?
Just go straight.
Oh, keep straight. Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here we go. Frank and them had corn on their farm. They had Indian corn. Ooh. seeing this thing for about a year now, doing the Fletcher research, and here it is. Wow. So,
Right.
yeah.
We made it.
Yes, good night. Ew.
Right. Right.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
After centuries of dirt road.
New Year. Centuries.
Literally.
Literally.
All right, this is probably super taboo, but I'm here at my great grandparents' grave, and I just paid homage to them and put flowers over by their grave so I can celebrate their life and all that they have done for our future generations, really. And I'm just so thankful, super thankful to have made it here. This was a 2.5-hour drive. So we got here, and now we're gonna see some other landmarks. We're gonna go to flea market and a lake, and I'll be vlogging there also. But I'm just super grateful, glad to pay homage to my ancestors. It feels good to have made it here, just like when we got to North Carolina and paid homage to our Waccamaw tribe. So this feels really good, and I'm glad we made it here. I think they're glad that we made it here also. So my grandparents, Nancy and Frank, I think they're very proud, and I just wanted them to know that I'm grateful for all that they've done. I am, because they are. Who knows the next time we're gonna be here, but now that I know where it's at, you know, if I ever, ooh, it's a bug. Now that I know where it's at, if I ever want to take the drive down here, or just to, you know, pretty much have some type of connection, I know I can get here. So this is where my great grandparents used to live. Sorry, it's raining, or it started raining. And there's a church down that way, but we passed it up, but I think somebody on our family line owns it. But yeah, here we are, middle of nowhere. Jacksonville. We're in Jacksonville, Georgia now. Amazing. Literally standing in the street. Ghost town. It just rained. Stinson's old-fashioned barbecue in Lumber City, Georgia.
Lumber City.
Look at first bite. Here we are at Lake Okmulgee. I think I'm saying it right. But it's super pretty out here. Yeah, it's so nice out here and tranquil. Apparently alligators be over here, so not trying to get extra close. You see the beware gator sign? Look at this. I love these lily pads. I'm out here being dangerous. They said watch out for the alligators, but I'm clearly out here. It's beautiful though. This is the wrap up of our trip in Telfair County. Our journey to see my great grandparents. So I'm gonna take some pictures, and then we're gonna go back home to Atlanta.
I've been in the drop, so wait for the come up. You suit on my shoes, so please don't run up. I'm Tony a Drake, or the boy get done up. Hey, my diamond is shine to look like the sun up.
Hi Sunflowers, I'm back with the recap. This is way later, post-trip, just so I could get my thoughts and my feelings together. So we went to Telfair County, Georgia, and we went to Jacksonville and McRae, Helena. So pretty much my great grandparents, John Chansey and Bessie Moore, they had a son named Alvis. And Alvis is a descendant from Waccamaw, so he's from that side. And then Alvis married a woman named Rebecca Fletcher. And so the family that we saw in Telfair County was Rebecca Fletcher's folks. So my great grandparents, Frank and Nancy Fletcher. So Frank and Nancy Fletcher are the ones that I laid flowers down for in Jacksonville, Georgia. It was a really powerful experience for me, mainly because I've never met them. That was so many years ago. They died. My grandmother Nancy, she died in 1908, and I'm sure she could have only dreamed her great granddaughter would be laying flowers at her grave. That's insane to me. I never would have thought I'd be able to do that. So it was a really powerful experience. And her grave actually said, having served her generation by the will of God, she fell asleep. And I fell in love with the quote instantly as soon as I saw it, because that's something that really resonated with me, which shouldn't be a surprise because those traits pass down. So that's probably why it was in her, so now it's in me. So I'm really excited to carry this torch. So I don't know if any of my Waccamaw tribe folks are aware of the Fletchers. The connection there is through Alvis. So Alvis and Rebecca got married, so I don't know if they're affiliated with Rebecca's folks. Hold on. Before Nancy got married to Frank, her last name was Graham, and we know that there's Grahams affiliated with Waccamaw, but we don't know if there's any type of connection there. So if somebody has that information and is willing to talk with us about it or chat, let me know. You know what to do. Just hit me up. Send an email, sunflowersandlocks@gmail.com, or you can send a comment down below. Whichever. It's up to you. Whichever you prefer to do. I also want to make a disclaimer on this channel. I have really big plans for this channel that's coming up really soon, and I just wanted to let folks know I've already had some family that's reached out to me. Some have been great, but there have just been some that have decided to, it's almost like they attempted to kind of make that connection with me, but it only resulted in more separation, or trying to it felt like more exclusion, or we don't know if you're part, pretty much I'm not gonna tolerate any of that on this channel. Our genealogist April that we've been working with, her work is impeccable, it's great, and we trust her work as well. So I really don't want anybody coming up asking several questions and then still wondering if I'm related. I already dealt with that in North Carolina. I'm not trying to deal with that again, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be rude, with all due respect, but I mean, if you're gonna do that, just stay over there. Just stay over where you are. This channel is gonna be peaceful, it's gonna be nice and loving, and a way to bridge connection and to fix the gaps that we clearly were already having, because there's family members that we don't know about, And that's the whole point, to try to get to know each other and stuff. I don't mind like answering a few questions about like, oh, where's the connection, such and such. But if you just asking to be nosy and then we don't even talk afterwards, or then you're just asking a billion questions still trying to decide if we're related, please don't do that. Like, it's disrespectful. And like, family is family. I expressed this in the Wakama Suwan video. Like, at least that's how Black people do. Family is supposed to be family. And so I understand not everybody does it that way. And like, it's okay to find the key, find the like, who's the relative that we have in common. Like, that's totally fine. Like, we can definitely do that. But just the constant like question, like, it's not genuine. It's almost like, well, we're gonna ask because we kind of sort of don't believe you. Anyway, I said what I said. Please do not come here if you really don't want to. If you're just gonna ask questions just to ask questions, and then we have no relationship after this. Like, that's not what this is about. So anyway, moving forward, I'm really trying to embrace the ancestors that I have. That's gonna be a big part of this channel, just my journey of discovering who my people are, where I came from. And so, like, my great-great-great-grandmother, Bessie Moore, who's part of Wakama Suwan tribe, I feel like she wants me to embrace that side of my heritage. And so even though this native side is new to me and I had no idea about it, that was inside of me, it's something that I want to embrace. I just ordered a ribbon skirt the other day. Like, I'm really excited about, really honing in on what my heritage is supposed to mean to me. And this is what I decided to do post coming back from the Wakama Suwan powwow. Like, that's my decision. Although I wasn't embraced like I wanted to be embraced, I'm gonna find a way to basically keep up with my heritage and what's going on currently, our current events and all of that stuff. Like, I want to be informed. I want to know all of that stuff, pretty much whether I'm in contact with current family or not. That's just how the cookie is crumbled, apparently. So I'm gonna do what I need to do, but of course I want people to be on board with me. So I appreciate the cousins that I've recently found, the ones that have come on this channel and the ones that I found through Instagram and the ones that emailed. Like, I really appreciate it. And I hope we can keep building our connection and moving forward. I think Nancy and Frank are really glad that we came. Y'all remember that dirt road we were on trying to get to the gravesite? Pretty much they sent butterflies and cardinals the entire way, like, to let us know we were almost there and that they knew we were coming. So that was beautiful. I really appreciated those kind, sweet spiritual gestures that I definitely paid attention to. But yeah, like, I'll never forget this experience. It was so important. And it's just so important to keep honoring our ancestors, whether you know them by name or not. Now that I am knowing and getting this history and research about who my family is, I'm making sure that I, remember them, like their names. I don't know if we're like the only ones in the generation, in this generation, that knows who they were. Like, I don't know about the other side. I don't know if, like, now that I know, I'm gonna make sure that I keep them uplifted. With COVID going on, with the Black Lives Matter movement and the riots, this murdering, police brutality, all that stuff, they see this stuff going on, and I know that all of our ancestors want to help. Like, they see us going through this struggle. And also, by the way, yesterday was Juneteenth, so I've just been in kind of a meditative state, you know, on my ancestors, giving them praise, thanking them for how far we've come. One of my grandmothers on my mom's side, she actually has roots in Texas, so I wouldn't be surprised if when we do that side of the family, if there were some that were enslaved in Texas, because, you know, that's how Juneteenth started. They were kind of like one of the last to find out, or, you know, after a couple of years or something. And so even though I don't know them by name yet, just keeping them uplifted and close to my spirit so that they can keep on ascending into heaven. I don't know if people know this, but there's like several realms in heaven. So yeah, that's part of why I'm doing this. Like, they deserve, and I appreciate all that they did so that could eventually trickle down to me. And, you know, I want to do some special work so that it can trickle down on to my future generations as well. Like, I want them to hang up my paintings on the walls. I want them to keep these videos that I make. I want them to frame, like, the photos and stuff that I take. Like, I want them to remember all of that. That's what this is about. It's really important just to keep them in spirit, just keep them uplifted, because I'm sure, even though you don't know who they are, they're watching you and they're taking care of you, they're protecting you. The struggle that we've been going through for all that is 2020, they know that we're tired. They know that we want to see things changing, and we just have such a long way to go. But I feel like if we tap into that power some more, we can keep going and, like, keep up with this progressive forward movement. So since yesterday was Juneteenth, like, I've never seen Juneteenth this publicized ever. And growing up, I wasn't really exposed to Juneteenth that much. My cousins in Arkansas, they grew up celebrating it, and it wasn't until one summer that I was staying with them I was able to go to a Juneteenth concert celebration. It was so nice. Like, it was hot as hell that day. I really remember that. Like, I was sweating to death. I was like 14 or 15 years old. It was this big, massive, like, festival concert, and it was pretty much all day long. And so I saw so many beautiful Black people, like all of us in one space. We're singing the same songs. It's just nice just to be in that type of space, that environment. And so prayerfully, when COVID is over and, like, we decide how we're going to move forward, trying to be safe with this virus, like, I hope we can continue to celebrate Juneteenth, because it is an important place marker for our history. I would like for us to, like, I don't want this to be the only year that it was a big deal. Like, it should keep on being a big deal. So hopefully we can continue doing stuff like this to empower our Black people, and I'm excited to see the unity as far as mixing our heritages and identities, and also sexual identities as well. It's not just Black heterosexual cishet lives matter. It's all of us, like, collectively. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I used to be a social worker / therapist. So I'm really big on the intersectionality stuff. So I'll probably be bringing that up on this channel, just because, like, I see the fight that we're going through, and it's definitely not being ignored. I just know a lot of us are tired, and so it's heartbreaking to see all of this stuff going on. But just being able to tap in spiritually to my ancestors and going to see their grave sites and where they grew up, how they lived, like, that's something that's keeping me going. And so I'm so glad that I was able to do this trip during the middle of COVID. Like, Like we made that happen, and that's such a big deal. And I've journaled about this. Like, I just want to remember this because it's pretty pivotal for my spiritual journey and just my life as well. So we went to see Nancy and Frank Fletcher's graves. We're supposed to see their daughter Rebecca's grave soon. Probably Alvis's as well. Alvis and Rebecca were married, but they divorced at some point. That's another thing that's also really wild. Like, we had just to end up living here in Atlanta, and we didn't know that we had roots here in Georgia. Like, that's amazing. How does that happen? Like, the connection. Not a coincidence, but I just wanted to bring that up. So, yeah. So we're going to keep doing this, and we're also going to at some point move on to my mother's side, and then hop back to my dad's side, my grandmother on my dad's side, to see her family. So this is gonna keep going. I'm really excited about this journey, and I just thank you guys for watching. If I've inspired anybody, like, please let me know. Like, if you decided to hire a genealogist to do your family history, like, please let me know down in the comments. Please share, message me, email me, sunflowersandlocks@gmail.com. Like I said, I have plans for this channel, so things are about to switch around a little bit. I'm really excited to share it and excited to see the potential that it's about to have. Like, really, really excited. So y'all stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you can be informed about when my videos are coming. Hopefully I can start doing more frequently. It kind of took a pause with the virus, so just stay tuned, and I'm so excited.